Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get this lesson video started. This is the Algebra 1 Unit 1 test review. As we mentioned in class, I'm going to skip this section here because for the most part, this is just notes, okay? This is all identity right here, so I'm going to go ahead and go to 1.2, and this is going to be the 1.2 video, okay? So let's zoom in so we can see a little bit better. So for 1.2, we're focusing mainly on functions, and your job is to identify this special position right here, okay? This is a special position. When they put something in parentheses, it should represent your x value, okay? And also, this entire situation right here would be referred to as y. X is the input, y is the output, okay? If they give you x, they want you to solve for y. If they give you y, they want you to solve for x. This is all about east and west, north and south. X is east and west, y is up and down. You'll see once we get to the table here. But right here, let's start with number 11. For number 11, they want r of 3. Now, realistically, what is supposed to be in the parentheses? Exactly. X is supposed to be in the parentheses. So what they're doing is substituting x for 3. That's all they're doing. They're substituting x for 3. So what we're going to do, simply, zoom in, we are going to do 5x minus 3.5. 5x minus 3.5. And then we're going to plug in the 3 inside the parentheses for x. And at this point here, your job is to work your calculator, okay? You would type this into the calculator. And, of course, the calculator is going to do all these calculations for you. Okay, so 15 take away 3 is 12. Take away another half should be 11.5. All right, again, just type it into the calculator and you will get your answer. Again, this is a video, so if you have any questions at any point, chances are I'm not going to be able to answer them. You should ask more questions during class. Class is pretty quiet for the most part. We got to pick up our participation so that we can increase our retention. All right, we're on the learning path, not sit here and copy everything that Mr. Fagan says. But anyways, let's go ahead and skip to number 12. Number 12 also is telling us that x is equal to 6.5, okay? So all I'm going to do is go into my calculator. I got my same function typed in. In Desmos, literally you would type this in one time, all right? And when you type this in, you're just going to get rid of the old number, which for the last one it was 3. And we're just going to plug in 6.5. And now, so I have my calculator here. I'm going to type in 5 times 6.5. I end up with 32.5. And then I'm going to take away 3.5 and end up with 29. Easy money. Oop, not R, but F of 6.5 is equal to 29. When X is 6.5, Y is 29. All right, that's how that works. And then we go here to number 13. As you can see in number 13, they do not substitute anything for X. We don't know X. That's why it says for what value of X we will be solving for X. So if they don't give us X, this must be our Y. All right, real simple concept. This must be our Y. And here's how you would work the situation. You would take your original function, 3, no, it wasn't a 3. it definitely was 5x minus 3.5, and then we set it equal to negative 21. And now we just solve a two-step equation. First thing you want to do is get rid of this guy right here. So let's add 3.5 to both sides. Plus 3.5 to both sides. The goal is to get x by itself, and x is directly attached to the 5. They're best friends, so that's going to be our last step right there. First step is to get rid of the negative 3.5 by adding 3.5 to both sides. So I go into my calculator, negative 21 plus 3.5. I end up with negative 17.5. That is a 7, okay? Negative 17.5. And then I'm going to divide by 5 because right now this is 5 times x. This is multiplication. So you do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. Type this into the calculator. 17.5 divided by 5. My answer is negative 3.5. When x is negative 3.5, y is negative 21. All right, that's how that works. Functions. Identify your x, solve for your y. If they give you your y, solve for x. Now, answer this question for me. What does this number inside the parentheses represent? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It means that x is equal to negative 4. What is y? We got to go look for it. Right here, as you can imagine, if it goes in parentheses, this must be your x value. X is 1 here. Your job is to go solve for y, okay? Your job is to go solve for y. So on a graph, this is how this works, okay? If x is negative 4, what is y? Let's zoom in real quick. Right here in the middle, this is 0, 0. So I'm going to go to negative 4 for my x-axis, okay? Just to kind of focus a little bit more. This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. The goal, I repeat, the goal is to get onto our function. And just so it stands out a little bit more, we want to get onto this line right here. This is your function line. But right now, with the values that we have, x and y, we can only move east and west, north and south. We can't cut across, all right? We got to travel on a straight line, okay? So for this first problem here, it says that x is negative 4. X is negative 4. So that means we need to go to the left 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go to the left 4 units. Now I'm right here. How do I get back to the function? Straight line. I can only go north and south at this point. Bam. I just went down 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's x equals negative 4. And then I go down 1 to get onto my line. So I always start from the origin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down 1. Negative 4. Down 1 means negative. When x is negative 4, y is negative 1. Also, we name this point right here. This point value is negative 4, negative 1. All points are written as x comma y. When x is negative 4, y is negative 1. Here is your answer. X, y. X, y. Now let's go to the next situation. I'm going to change colors here. Let's go red. When x is 1, a positive 1, so that means we're going to be moving to the right first, okay? And of course, this one here means left, all right? X is negative, so you go to the left. X is positive, you go to the right. we always start from the origin right here. Okay, always start from the origin. So let me get my red marker. I'm gonna start right here in the middle. X is 1, so positive 1. Now, how do I get back to my blue function line? How do I get to this line? I can only move from here up and down, all right? So clearly we're gonna go down 1, 2. We're gonna go down 1, 2. So right 1 is a positive 1, down 2 is negative 2. This location right here is 1, negative 2. When x is 1, y is negative 2. So for my final answer that I'm plugging in, when x is 1, y is negative 2. All right, easy money. Now let's go to this situation here. Question is, what do they give us? They do not give you x. You see how they still got x in here? So if they don't give you x, chances are they gave you y. Let's pick a different color this time. Let's just use black this time. X we don't know. Y we do know. Y is equal to negative 4. Now remember, for x's, that's left and right. Okay? Positive, negative. For y's, that's north and south. Positive and negative. So a negative 4 means down 4. And we always start from the origin, okay? So I'm going to start right here in the middle at 0, 0. And I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at this point right here. Now, my next move is to get back on the function. I can only go left or right. Clearly, x is left and right. We're about to solve for x. I want to get back on my line. If I go this way, there's no blue, okay? I got to get back on the blue. The question is, how far do I go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go ahead and get the marker. 1, 2, 3, 4. We made it back to our line, all right? We made it back to the function. So down 4 is negative 4. And then to the right 3 for our x is a positive 4. Hence, naming this point right here would be x, comma, y, aka positive 4, comma, negative 4. Here's our answer. When y is negative 4, x is positive 4. When y is negative 4, x is positive 4. And it's just a location, okay? That's all it is. It's just a location. We had to move to the right for that one. So x is equal to 4. We did it. Easy work right there. All right, easy work. Now let's go to a table now. So here for the table. Remember, if it's in here, it's x. Right here, it's x. This says x is equal to negative 4. This says x is equal to positive 4. I'm going to go look at my table now, and I'm going to locate under my x's. Where is negative 4? Bam, right there. X is negative 4. When x is negative 4, y is negative 9. Easy money. And right here, when x is positive 4, y is equal to negative 5. This is how you read it from a table, okay? Identify where x is. X is always located inside the parentheses. If they give you x, they want you to find y, okay? And you're going to hear me say this over and over and over and over and over and over. Repeatedly. It just doesn't stop. Now, here we go. Let's go on to number 19. For number 19, they want us to evaluate this function, this dx function, d of x, where x is -1. So remember, the function is already telling you what you should do with x. X should immediately go into parentheses. Once we set up our parentheses, then we can substitute properly. So you see this x right here? He's not in parentheses. We got to rewrite this guy in parentheses. Easy money. I can do that. And so can you. This guy right here, not in parentheses. Easy money. We can do this. And I don't see any other x's. This thing is now ready for substitution. Substitution means you empty out your parentheses to prepare to put a number in there. And for this problem specifically, they want us to plug in a -1. And this is all calculator work. I am going to type this into my Desmos calculator exactly as it appears, parentheses and all. If you don't type it properly, you will end up with the incorrect answer. So pause the video, be patient. We should be writing this stuff down. Let's make sure we type it in correctly. And as you can hear, I'm typing over here, taking my time to make sure I don't make any mistakes. Anyways, let's get to a 1.3. And then 1.4 is going to be for my second video, okay? Let's try to get through this one real quick. So the function g of m is 49.5m plus 89.75. And it represents the cost of joining the gym in addition to a one-time membership fee. So this one-time membership fee is this guy right here. How do we know? It's not attached to m. M represents your months. Clearly, this gym membership is $49.50 a month with an initial sign-up fee of $89.75, okay? Anyways, they want the value of G6. So if they want the value of G6, they want us to substitute. They want us to substitute 6 in for M in your calculator. And just so we can kind of shorten the video, I'm going to let you set this up and type it in yourself. Go ahead and plug in 6 right here in your parentheses and go straight to your calculator. That will give you your answer. Okay? What does G6 represent in the context of the problem? By plugging in 6 right here, this represents how much money you would have paid for this gym membership total for those 6 months. Remember, 6 represents 6 months. So we'll say total cost of membership after 6 months. Easy money. Next is the value of G 9.75 reasonable to interpret in this context. And it depends on what does the 9.75 represent. If it's in parentheses, it should be our M value, and M represents months. So I don't think 9.75 months is reasonable. All right, I'm pretty sure they're going to bill us on month 9 and month 10, not on the what was 30 divided by 4. Yeah, they're not going to charge us 3 weeks into the gym membership and say, all right, make it a weekly situation. So here we go. We're going to say 9.75 is not reasonable. Get billed on month 9. Get billed on month 10. No in between, okay? No in between. This is a monthly bill, okay? Moving on. The table below represents the temperature of a cup of coffee as it begins to cool. Clearly, it started hot and the temperature decreased over time. And right now, the time is in terms of minutes, okay? Temperature readings are taken every 5 minutes and measured in degrees Fahrenheit. Explain the meaning of T0. Zero is in place of M, which means 0 minutes. So this represents the temperature in Fahrenheit of the coffee before it started to cool off. So we're going to say initial temperature of the coffee. More to the notes. No time has passed, aka fresh brew. Alright, we're just being extra at this point. Determine the value at T of 10. Alright, meaning what is the temperature after 10 minutes? Follow my line. 10 minutes is right here. What is the temperature of the coffee? 10 minutes, the coffee is 107 degrees Fahrenheit. 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm pretty sure gotta use an open circle. Interpret the T of 10 for the given context. Basically, after 10 minutes, the coffee has cooled to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Bingo, Charlie. Again, if you have any questions, want to play this back, you know how video works. All right. This is going to conclude the video. We will be posting another video for the 1.4. Thank you for chiming in, and good luck on section 1 of your test.